He's the new kid in town, and the music's on his side.
Let's dance!
Footloose.
Recognize that voice?
The person who was speaking over that?
Yeah.
No, who is it?
I think it was Kevin Bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's try it again.
He's the new kid in town, and the music's on his side.
I'm telling you, that's Kevin Bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it very well could be.
Hi, everybody. My name's Todd Adams. I'm with Zen Pop.
And this is Kathy Adams.
Welcome back to another episode, a movie that we like to call Footloose.
And other people call it Footloose as well. And this month is Dance Month, everybody. So just get ready.
Playing this music?
No.
Let's see if you can figure it out.
The network stars or something.
That is the intro music when you're watching CBS in March for March Madness.
Oh,
March
not Battle of
Madness
the Network
is
Stars.
also known as the Big Dance.
Ah.
Dance Zen Pop, March Madness. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up, but let's not let people think that there's any basketball involved in these movies we're doing.
But we are doing a baseball movie at the end of the month.
We are, but that's for spring training.
And you don't want to reveal the movies that we'll be doing over the next few weeks, correct?
Sure. I think we already did, didn't we? You told me last time that I said something wrong. You said we weren't doing, like, I think I said we weren't going to do videos, but we are.
Right.
Okay, so we're doing Footloose today. We're going to do Dirty Dancing. We're going to do Flashdance.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do Billy Elliot.
Yeah.
And then we're going to end the month, because we have an extra Tuesday, with Major League because it's spring training.
Yeah. Well, I think baseball technically starts a few days before that last Wednesday of the month, but we'll do it anyways.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're starting with Footloose because
I'm Shaw.
and I'm Vi. You know, you get to a point where you can't be running Ariel anymore.
Sweetie, we're running Ariel still.
We are. They still live inside of us in all those ways, but it's just funny to watch the older people in movies now. Like, you know, when we were, we're Gen Xers, so when we saw this in 1984. You know, you're like, oh, those people are so old, and you know, what are they doing, and why are they going to watch that dance?
And now they're not.
And now they're younger than we are.
Yep.
So we'll just be Vi and Shaw.
Shaw is probably what, like 45?
Maybe.
But so they probably had babies when they were young.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they could. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know. I know. I was just texting with a friend, and I really enjoyed Saturday Night Live this weekend with Connor Story, and and Hudson Williams from Heated Rivalry, and I'm like, they're literally like 25 years old. Like they could be my children.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
A little creepy.
It's a little creepy.
Well, and not to let the cat out of the bag, but we just watched, normal podcasters will only give you an update on the classic Footloose.
Right.
But you and I are so dedicated that we watched most of the remake,
new Footloose,
2011. Yeah. And, speaking of creepy, woman who plays Ariel is really attractive.
Right.
And she's probably 25. So let's be
well, in the movie she is, but now she's much older.
Let's be creepy together, sweetie.
Okay.
You like 25-year-old men. I like 25-year-old women.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
But it's an appreciation.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Not a creepy thing, but like you just have an appreciation and you're like, that's but you got to keep in mind that you're really Vi and Shaw.
Yes. I'm Shaw, you're Vi.
Correct.
And we're going to talk a lot about Shaw and Vi and Ariel and Rusty and Willard and Woody. Is his name Woody?
I love Woody. And Wendy Jo.
Yeah.
And Edna.
And Edna.
There's a lot of characters in this. And Amy, the little girl.
Can you think of any other famous Ednas in movie history?
Aunt Edna from Vacation.
That's right. That's the only one I can come up with.
That's right. She eats the sandwich even though the dog peed on it.
Miss Jenny. What is, so when you found out or when we discussed we were doing Footloose, what were your thoughts?
Oh, I was happy because I like this movie. And I saw it at a very pivotal time in life. I was either in 7th or 8th grade, maybe it was the summer between. And I just remember going to the theater twice to see it, which is kind of a big deal when you don't have a lot of money when you're young. And the soundtrack was a huge part of our lives. And it was our introduction to Kevin Bacon. And so there's a lot to discuss on this podcast.
There is. And we're going to discuss all of it.
So let's set the scene.
Let's do that. I just need to head on over here. All right, so I'm going to set the scene. Pressing the wrong one. Oh, it doesn't work over there. Okay, set the scene. Major actors: Kevin Bacon, he plays Ren McCormick. Laurie Singer plays Ariel. John Lithgow, who's Shaw. Diane Wiest, who's Vi. Chris Penn is Willard, and Sarah Jessica Parker is Rusty. 1984, it got 1 Academy Award nomination. You know what it's for, Pabe?
Oh, stunts?
Good guess. A little more obvious.
Music.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Best original song.
Was it Let's Hear It for the Boy?
Footloose and Let's Hear It for the Boy.
Both of them.
Both nominated. I don't think either one won.
Well, they split it. You know,
they
like
split
whenever
the
there's
vote.
2 people nominated or 2 people from the same movie or TV show or whatever, or same song from, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Split the vote.
Oh, would you have anything for Set the Scene aside from what I just shared with you?
The budget was $8 million and it made $80 million plus.
Nice job, Ren.
So we would say that did very well. Obviously, as I already said, it made Kevin Bacon a star. You know, I didn't know who he was. Now, I remember thinking, though, I mean, it's so hard to remember like exactly how I felt at the time, but he was one of those guys that from that day forward was on all the Teen Beat magazines, even if he wasn't making a movie, and he tried really hard to kind of break out of that teen heartthrob thing. But he has been kind of a staple in our lives since we were, 12, 13 years old. So it's pretty significant. And this is kind of I think of this movie as being a MTV movie. Like, we remember the videos. This was a time when music videos were basically just pulled from the movie. So they would just take clips from the movie and overlay it with they would show exactly what was happening, like the dance scene, in the warehouse, but they'd also pull scenes from the movie and like piece it together.
Yes, and the video came out before the movie did.
Oh.
So people were excited
I
about
bet.
this movie before they even saw it. One quick thing.
Back it up.
I'm going to play the song that won for Best Original Song.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you don't have any guesses.
Chariots of Fire.
It's a good guess, but it's this.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's from The Lady in Red, and it's Stevie Wonder.
Is that with Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Gene Wilder.
very good. Is that movie any good?
I don't remember.
Me neither. Okay, anything more for Set the Scene?
Let's see. There's a lot of things that kind of like go more into rolling in the deep.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is it did change things a little bit as far as how teen movies went. This was, I have kind of a list of teenage movies and how things progressed. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
So 1976, we had Carrie, which was a horror movie, Stephen King book, but it was like teen-centered drama, right? There's not only, does Carrie have a lot of challenges at home, to say the least, but it's all about high school, right? And how there's a bullying overlay. 1978 is Grease. Even though none of those people in Grease look like they're in high school, that is a huge high school movie that was based on a, stage production. 1982 was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Obviously, we have covered that.
Yes.
No, have we covered that?
I think we did Fast Times.
Okay. So, more realistic teen movie, a lot of sexuality. Like, that was a really big, and, in case people didn't know, Cameron Crowe actually went into a high school and pretended he was a student.
You know who else did that?
Who?
Kevin Bacon for this role.
He did?
Yes, he did. He's 24 years old. He went to some school in Utah and kind of sold him because he wasn't a big star by then, and he kind of went incognito for a little bit.
Did he wear a skinny tie?
Not sure about the skinny tie, but you did say that Footloose changed some things.
Right, but I'm not there yet.
Oh, I was just going to play a sound clip.
Okay, go ahead.
We fear change.
There you go.
We fear change.
That's a Wayne's World clip.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
for that. It made me laugh. So that was 1982. 1983 was Valley Girl, which we discussed a couple weeks ago when I was talking about my favorite romantic comedies, early 80s teen romance, youth culture, and also the difference in youth culture, Valley Girl versus like a city kid. And then 1984 was Footloose. It was the first like massive, mainstream movie. And then after that was the huge explosion. So you think you've already had an explosion and you haven't. 1984, it's like the golden era began. So 1984 later in the year was 16 Candles. That starts the John Hughes era. 85 was Breakfast Club. 85 was Pretty in Pink. 86 was Ferris Bueller. 87 was Dirty Dancing, which we'll talk about. So this is kind of what kicked things off. And it also kicked off like the teen rebellion, but also about the teens were smarter than adults.
Yep.
That's always reflected on TV, especially in things like Disney shows and Nickelodeon, that the parents are all really stupid and the kids know everything. But because we were kids then, I agreed with it.
That's right.
We
and
were
now
young.
we're on the other side.
now we're buying Shaw.
Well, and I think, I'm just going to go ahead and start now and give you one of my hot takes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Boy, it's hot.
It's really hot.
This is hot.
My hot take is this movie is really about Shaw.
Yeah, or it's about Ariel and Shaw.
Ariel and Shaw, but more Shaw, because Shaw is the one who evolves the most. Ariel kind of stays the same.
And Shaw's issues contribute to the challenges in the first place.
Sure
his
does.
grief.
Shaw's just a loving father who lost his son. Oh, I should probably do...
explain the movie.
We play a game.
So because this is from 1984, which is 40 years ago, here's my 3 acts. Act 1, Chicago teen Ren McCormick moves to the small town of Beaumont, only to discover that dancing and rock music have been banned by the local town council. He immediately clashes with the authoritative Reverend Moore.
I would call it authoritarian.
It says authoritative. While catching the eye of Reverend's rebellious daughter, Ariel. That's Act 1. Act 2, Ren befriends a local named Willard, and that's played by Chris Penn, and teaches him how to dance while navigating a series of confrontations with Ariel's jealous boyfriend, Chuck Cranston, and the town's strict elders. He eventually decides to challenge the law by petitioning the city council to allow a senior prom. And then Act 3, after an emotional appeal to the Reverend using scripture, the ban remains, but the town's youth hold the dance just outside the town limits. The Reverend finally finds peace with his grief. And the movie concludes with an iconic high energy dance celebrating at the grain mill.
It sure is. It's iconic.
So, I just, Shaw, we think aside from Chuck, who beats Ariel, literally physically violent towards his girlfriend, Shaw is kind of the main bad guy. But really, there's a lot of examples in this movie where he's actually not the bad guy.
I would say that they tried to make him a complex character.
Yes.
If you understand why he decided that things, first of all, let's just start with the fact that he's the reverend of the town.
Yes.
So he already feels like he is supposed to be protecting kids and helping families with morality, et cetera, et cetera. So that's his role. Then you find out that his son died in this accident over the bridge when they were, dancing or listening to music too loud or whatever it may be. And so whenever something like that happens, one of the things that we want to do is figure out how to control it and how to keep anything from like that happening again. So he starts to make music the problem and he bans it and, no dancing, none of that because, us kids, we can't control our bodies and our minds.
Heck no.
And so he's doing that to deal with his grief and also to keep other kids safe. Obviously, he's wrong, and I'm not like saying it was a good thing, but I remember the first time I saw the movie and the scene where Ariel and her dad are both in the house. They're in different rooms. She's studying. He's getting ready for his sermon, and there's no lights on. They each have a lamp, so it's very metaphorical that they're in the dark together. And he's playing his classical music.
Yeah.
And she says, "What? Basically." Why do you get to play this music if we're not supposed to listen to music? And he's like, well, this is a different kind of music. See, even in his own mind, he's made certain things bad and certain things good and allowed himself to have what he needs, but he took it from other people.
You ready for a little Shaw?
I am.
Down in Denver last year, for about a week at a Bible convention there. And the whole time I was there, people would come up to me and ask me, Reverend, how can you live in such a small town, so far away from the hustle and bustle of the 20th century?
So it's just like a little kind of montage of him just speaking to the community, being the overseer of everything that's happening.
And saying the exact same speech to every group.
Yes.
Like he feels he's on a mission.
Yes.
He's got his words that he says it to every group and then tells them to have cake.
Yes.
Now have your cake.
Why don't you have some cake?
Why don't you have some cake?
This is not Shaw's best part.
But I don't like it any more than I like not knowing where you were for 6 hours last night.
Sure.
Sure.
Don't you think we could wait on
No,
it?
I don't think this can wait. And you know, I'm sick and tired of you coming in on her side. She's gonna have to start answering for herself.
I don't know what good that would do. You don't listen to me anymore, you listen to her.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, he's striking his daughter, who's like 18 years old. Come on, Shaw.
He also is demanding control,
Yep.
demanding that she respect him, and that's not the way it works. I mean, you and I are parenting podcasters, or we used to be, and that's all we talked about for 15 years was that is not the way you maintain a relationship with your children, is by demanding control.
Yeah.
Again, I corrected your words before. You said authoritative,
Yeah.
and I said it's actually authoritarian, because authoritative, if you really look at different parenting styles, is there's permissive, which is obvious. It's where you kind of give in to everything. Authoritative is more where you have conversation and reason
Got
and
it.
logic and understanding.
And authoritarian
is
is
where you
Shaw.
demand and control and, not allow.
That makes sense.
So he's created an authoritarian environment. And then I think what's interesting about him is he's surprised how other people, then it's a trickle down thing. That's why Roger and Eleanor start burning books, because he sets a precedent of like control and authoritarianism.
Right.
And so they're like, yes, and we're going to do the same thing. And so he has to kind of realize how his leadership has impacted the entire community.
So Shaw is obviously a complicated figure.
He is.
And I just shared a clip with you where he strikes his daughter, not his best day.
No.
But there's a part with the book burning,
Yes.
and he's like against the book burning.
He
and you'd
is.
think that he would kind of fall in line with the book burning, but he doesn't. And then he listens to Ren when Ren's like, hey, this is what I want to do. And they have a really kind of good conversation. So it's kind of a cool character in the show, in the
And
movie.
he
That's
says, that was your friend Ren.
That's your friend Ren.
And he also, there's a very small clip that I didn't notice because it didn't mean anything to me when I was young, but that we noticed this time on our 80,000th viewing, that there's a point where Roger and Eleanor, who are the book burners, they say to him, Reverend, you didn't really help us out when we were trying to get that teacher fired last year. You weren't really supportive. And he's like, that's because I didn't think he needed to be dismissed. So he's got a moral code, where he doesn't believe that people should be just willy-nilly, firing people or burning books. Like that's not really his jam, except when it comes to his own grief, he started like bearing down and keeping things from happening. So to your point, you started this by saying it's really about Shaw. And I agree with that. But I also think it's about his relationship with his daughter, because they are both evolving. Ariel changes a lot.
Well, Ariel likes Chuck in the beginning.
And she thinks that that's her way out.
Yeah.
And Chuck doesn't see her at all. Whereas Ren,
Chuck's never leaving Beaumont. I'll tell
he's
you that
never.
right now.
And, and Ren is,
That was your friend Ren.
Sorry.
it's like one of my favorite things. I don't know why. It makes
Yeah.
me laugh. But Ren doesn't really necessarily change that much. He is who he is. He just speaks up more about it. There's like different changes. Like Willard doesn't really change that much. He just learns how to dance, Ariel really kind of evolves a little bit, which I have thoughts about that. But anyway, should we do Remember When?
I don't have anything for Remember When, do you?
Well, only that
What do you got?
I went to this movie with a boyfriend. That's
Oh.
what I remember.
Richie?
No.
The guy who smoked pot?
No, ironically,
Who's that guy?
yeah,
Oh, you
I'm
don't-
not going to do that on podcast.
Okay, sorry.
Ironically, his name was Chuck,
Oh, Chuck Cranston?
but it was not Chuck Cranston. And so I just remember this was kind of, like I said, this was a meaningful time at our age because we were starting to go to movies with girls. You waited a little longer to go to a movie with a girl.
Yeah, probably about 15 years.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's all I have.
All right, very good.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
All right, let's go back and forth on random facts.
Okay, let's do it.
It's based on a true story from Elmore City, Oklahoma.
Correct.
So they actually did ban
But we
dancing.
figured out that Beaumont was supposed to be in Utah, right? So like the fictional town is in Utah.
Correct.
But the town it's based on is in Oklahoma.
Elmore City, Oklahoma. Kevin Bacon was 24 hours playing a high schooler. Obviously, he had a stunt double. I think that goes without saying.
This is before the like
with all his gymnastics.
they
stuff.
understood that we were gonna like have VCRs and like be able to like pause things and see that is not really Kevin Bacon dancing. It's obviously another person. We'll discuss that more in
Although Kevin
Flashdance.
Bacon he was a good dancer,
He
but
did
he
some
could
of
do
it.
some of the stuff that they were having him do.
Correct.
Chris Penn, who plays Willard, actually couldn't dance at all, and the learning montage was real.
Oh, cool.
We already talked about that. It was filmed in Provo and Payson, Utah.
Okay.
He went undercover. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, any idea what the original title was for this movie?
Dance your ass off?
That would be even better than what they have here. Cheek to cheek, sweetie.
Ew,
Cheek
that's
to cheek.
awful.
You don't like
so
that one?
glad they do because there's no cheek to cheek.
Yeah.
That's not how they dance. This is like 80s dancing. Well, I have some hot takes,
You do?
but I don't know if you're ready for them.
I'm always ready.
Okay, I have a hot take.
Boy, attack.
Okay, I would say that the opening of this movie, which we have discussed many times, that 80s movies have really long openings, if it be TV shows or a movie on the screen. Like you watch all the credits and you just have to sit through it.
Yep.
The opening of this movie is just a bunch of feet dancing. So you don't see the people, you see the feet. And there's parts of it that I really love, which is the fact that they're doing dance moves that we did from the 80s. Like most of the girls dancing are doing, I always call it the Molly Ringwald because it's how she dances in the Breakfast Club. That's how we danced. And so if you see me at a party, I'm probably doing that.
Yeah.
It's like what you grew up with is what you do. They also showed like all the different kinds of shoes that we had, socks. There's a girl who has socks and high heels on. Like it's very 80s. And at the very same time, it's a very strange opening. That's my hot take is it's very weird.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to see if I can share this.
Okay.
Tell me if you can see it.
I can see it.
All right. So let's just
Look at all the shoes.
let's look at all the shoes. How come it's not doing it? Come on, share it.
Come on, buddy. There it is. Okay. That's like a normal guy's shoe. Those are boots. Love those boots. And that's a little more like...
Now I gotta cut loose.
shoes.
It's a lot of good stuff.
So it's very so in some ways, like I'm kind of out of both sides of my mouth because number one, it's really long opening.
Yeah.
Number two, it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
But you also get a real feel for the time period.
Plus, it takes a long time for the first dancing really to happen. And if this is kind of a dancing
True.
movie, this kind of satisfies that need.
So I will say, as long as we're here, that they do it very differently in the remake of Footloose, which is not as good for sure. But
Sweetie, I think you got to be more specific. than that.
well,
This
it's
is
just
bad.
the acting is bad. Like the story's still really good, but and there's moments, but there's just no energy. I like the new Ren and the new Ariel, even though you find her attractive, there's just I'm like, guys, bring it.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of
This is Footloose.
it's Footloose, and it's not necessarily campy, but there's an energy to it where you kind of have to just go for it, and they're kind of like blah, 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 blah. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys. But the way the movie starts is it's a party, and they're listening to the song Footloose, and they're dancing, and they show their feet, so it's kind of like they're trying to allude to the previous movie. But then you find out that it's actually Bobby and his friends, and then you watch them get killed on the bridge.
That's actually the best part of Footloose
super smart
remake because
it brings that in.
It brings it in.
Yeah.
It threw us a curveball.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second, what's happening here? So yeah.
And I think the reason why it's so smart is in the original Footloose, that's kind of a twist. Like you don't know that that's why everything happened. But since we've already seen it, that
We all
twist is
know it.
gone.
Yeah.
So just show us Bobby.
For sure.
You know?
That's all I have for random facts. You got any more?
I do. So Ren McCormick was almost not Kevin Bacon. This is what I saw, and I found this in 2 places, so I'm assuming it's good. Tom Cruise turned it down.
Oh, wow.
He had just made Risky Business. He was becoming too big.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Rob Lowe, you told me this story. Rob Lowe was cast, but then he injured his knee. Or no, my sister told me this.
Yeah, I don't think I told you that.
My sister told me this. Rob Lowe was supposed to be in Footloose and either through dancing or whatever injured his knee and then had to drop out. So big shift there.
All right.
John Travolta was supposedly offered the role, which is a little hard for me to believe. I feel like he's so much older.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. But declined because he had been in so many dance movies. And then Matt Dillon was considered, which makes sense for the time. Matt Dillon was huge at the time. I don't know if I could see him dancing.
Me neither. I don't
he's
think
a
I've
little
ever
too
seen.
cool.
Yeah, people say that about me a lot.
I
too,
know. You can
actually.
understand.
It's not, it's part of my life.
And I don't mean that dancing isn't cool, but it's almost like a different persona. And Matt Dillon always was, the cool guy.
It's Dallas Winston.
So, and obviously, as we know, Kevin Bacon didn't do all the dancing. He had 4 dance stunt doubles, and one of those doubles did all the gymnastics and flips.
Right.
And I think that's it. The album reached #1, which is no shock because we know most of the songs. I bet I could go through the songs off the top of my head. I don't know if I could get them in order. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Can you see it in front of you so I can see how I do?
Give me a second. I can pull it in front of me.
Okay.
But you go
Okay.
get started.
Footloose, obviously. Almost Paradise with Mike Reno and Ann Wilson. There is Holding Out for a Hero. There's Somebody's Eyes. There's Dancing in the Sheets. Is there another Kenny Loggins song? I'm Free.
I'm free.
And that's all I can remember.
Want. You did pretty
and then
well.
Waiting for a Girl Like You is in the movie, but they didn't put it on the soundtrack. That's a Foreigner song.
And I know you already talked about this one, but I'm just going to play a little clip of this little montage, and then I'm going to play a clip from the movie.
Okay. Uh-oh. Pac-Man.
I love the Pac-Man sound.
Well, at the very beginning, when she starts dancing with the sheets, like when Ariel pushes the button, the Pac-Man is going along with the beat.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like hearing it at the same time. It's like the chomping.
And then it was a little bit of this.
Yeah.
You know what
Then
I mean?
it's like this, the ghost got him. Pinky, what were the ghosts' name?
Inky,
Blinky, Pinky, Pinky.
Inky, and then Clyde or something like that. And then this is one of our favorite, we say this all the time. Oh, Ren.
We say that a lot. What we actually say is men at work, where they work. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, next category. You ready?
I am ready. I have just a few things I want to lay out. If we don't get to them, that's fine.
Sure.
I have other hot takes, and I also have my top 5 list of favorite Kevin Bacon roles in character roles.
Oh.
And I also want to play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
All right, we got a lot to do.
I know. Okay, let's go.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
All right, I think I got some stuff here.
Okay.
One is very specific. There's a scene at the beginning of the movie where Ariel is got one foot in one car window,
Correct.
another foot in the other car window, and they're going straight, not only to find out that there's a truck coming in from the opposite direction.
Correct.
Ariel is either ignoring it because she continues to try to like be saved.
She has a
guess.
death wish.
She's got a little death wish. But I'm just trying to think of the mechanics of getting her into the car window.
It's impossible.
And it's like Chuck just kind of pulls her in.
Yeah. Like
And
her
there's
legs
no way
don't bend
you
that
could-
way.
your
Right.
legs don't bend that way.
Correct.
And like as soon as you release one leg, you're going to fall down. Like that is like a horrifying, like the only way they could have navigated their way through that moment, I feel like I want to play that scene, is if both cars slow down at the same pace. Otherwise, like, what do you do in that moment?
Right. Well, she dies.
Yeah, she dies. So Chuck somehow got her in. I say BS. That did not happen.
Well, and there's all sorts of lead up. Like Wendy Jo, who is driving the car, who is the most independent woman in this movie. She has the car. She drives the car. She also drives her own motorcycle to the prom to decorate. She's like doing it. Sisters are doing it for themselves, you know?
That's right.
And she is the one driving. And when Chuck rolls up behind him, she says, "You want to race?
You gotta race." That's right.
So I'm not saying it's her fault by any means, but there's like a little bit of they shouldn't have been doing that.
No,
Shouldn't be drag racing.
you should not.
I'm being Vi right now. Please don't drag race. And then, you know, I mean, Ariel, it becomes a pain in the ass. Like she does that and she stands in front of trains and it's like, get your act together. You know?
Stop it.
I'm definitely being Vi.
Yeah, you are, but that's okay, babe. So here's that scene. You can't see it? Oh, so frustrating.
I know. I can hear it, but I can't see it.
Um,
And I didn't say that song, Sammy Hagar, The Girl Gets Around.
Sammy Hagar actually played a role in the creation of the soundtrack.
I believe that.
He was in charge of the music and somebody else was in charge of the words. And he said how frustrated he was because he liked to do it all. And he was in charge of, I guess, the score or something like that, where the words were being fed to him. And he's like, I don't like this at all. But it turns out it worked out just fine.
It doesn't make sense to me at all. So when
He's
you
in
say
charge
this,
of the creation of the music.
so the score.
Well, yeah. I mean, is that a Sammy Hagar song that they
It
just
is.
played?
And so that's a Sammy Hagar song. But I guess what I mean is like all the other songs are other people's songs.
Yes.
So he wouldn't have been in charge of like the song Footloose.
No.
Okay.
No.
And the score is instrumental.
Yeah, no, I feel I saw an interview where, and I'll try to find it.
Yeah.
Where Sammy actually talks about his
Role.
not happiness of how the Footloose, and it turned out to be just fine. But I'll try to find it. What I was going to say about the WTFs. Oh, I didn't get through it all.
Okay.
How long does it take? The high spot. The high spot is the drive-in food place they go to where dancing.
The high something?
High spot.
High spot? Oh, it's called High Spot. Got it. The High Spot.
But when they get there, it's dark. Like it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to get from church to the high spot? Because it goes from daytime, like 3 PM, to complete darkness. So I think that's a problem.
Maybe they were doing other things between.
Perhaps.
They went to change clothes
Perhaps.
to get ready for the high spot.
When Ren drives up to school for the very first time
Bang your head.
and everybody's looking at him,
Right.
is that something that happens in movies?
He's got his music cranked up with his windows down. That's
true.
why.
That's true.
They don't play music. It's against the law.
Do
So
people do that when Bella shows up in the
with Edward,
Dracula movies?
you better believe it. And
That's
it's not
right.
because of music. It's because she's with Edward Cullen.
Yes.
So yes, everybody stares.
I have a few others. These are all under the WTF. This is a big one for
Okay.
me. Ariel gets hit by Chuck so hard
Yes.
that she's got this big black eye.
Yes.
And I feel like there's a scene missing from the movie where Shaw and Vi address this, but it's completely
Nobody
not
says anything.
addressed. I know Shaw is a preacher, but I think he's going
Does
to go
it
over
happen
to Chuck's.
after he hits her? Maybe he thinks he did it.
Oh, Ren?
No. Does the bruise happen? Does the getting hit by Chuck happen after Shaw hits her?
Oh, no. Oh,
Okay.
maybe, I guess, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't think you get that big black eye from a slap to the cheek.
Yeah. And she actually has the black eye for the for the community meeting, doesn't
she? Yeah, it's starting to heal up a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So that's that one. I just think Chuck is a terrible guy, and I kind of just think he's hilarious.
He's Chuck Cranston.
He's Chuck Cranston.
He's a staple in the town of Beaumont.
He is. He kind of reminds me of the Matthew McConaughey.
Dazed and Confused guy.
Dazed and Confused
guy. But just a nicer version of that. Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I got for WTF.
Okay, my WTF, I've got a bunch of bullets, so I'll go kind of fast. Shaw's sweaty sermons. Like, he needs to relax. He gets so sweaty.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down.
He's bringing it, sweetie.
Is he, though?
Oh, he's bringing it.
Sweetie, it's a one-on-one where you need a little work. Random people's shoes at the beginning. I already said that. Let's see. I already said, you said the car scene with Chuck. Okay. Here's my big one. This is a mixture of a hot take and a WTF.
Okay.
When she's playing Dancing with the Sheets, there is no way the people in the bathroom, the people in the kitchen, and all over that place are hearing that song that clearly.
That's
it's
true.
In the parking lot.
That's true.
Like, people are dancing to it in the bathroom, and I'm like, isn't that a bathroom with the door closed?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can hear that. So stop it. Let's see. I am my WTF always, and I decide not to do a list for this, but movies where moms are mute.
Yes.
Who they don't speak up.
Surprised
Now,
this wasn't your top 5.
I know. I really struggle with it, and I understand generationally that it was totally normal. So this is not me blaming women. This is me pointing out how mute women used to be and how muted they were.
So they spoke up. They probably get hit the way Ariel did.
Correct. And that's the thing is, but I still get mad.
Yeah.
Because number one, I think Ren's mom is super quiet through this whole movie. And I'm like, stop it.
She's got one scene kind of in 2/3 of the way through where she
does. And I remember in the theater, people laughing really hard at that scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically, it's after the brick gets thrown through the window.
Yeah.
And it gets thrown through the window of the girls, of his cousins.
Scary.
It's very scary. And so then his uncle is really pissed. And he's like, look what you've done. And he's like, even your mother lost her job. And he then runs like, you did? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, what are you going to do? And she said, I told him to shove it. Mm-hmm. And everybody laughs because she does it very quickly. And it's the first time you've heard her be like somewhat vocal. And then at the end, she's a good listener to Ren when Ren is explaining why he's doing what he's doing.
She also told him not to wear the tie to school on the first day. And he does it anyways.
She said, you can be David Bowie at college.
That's right.
But I think that she's still really quiet when the uncle is trying to, it bothers me a little bit. And then Vi, come on, Vi. She does speak up. She tells Eleanor to sit down. And then she, tells him the one-on-one needs a little work. And then anything else? She's just kind of there. She's
just kind of there.
And the worst, the worst.
Dead Poet Society.
The Dead Poet Society, Mom.
Yes.
Come on. So let us not scold them. Let us learn from them and be inspired to be a more outspoken mother. Okay, so let me see if I'm done. Sweetie, we got TV. We got Family Feud. A lot of domestic abuse, as we already discussed. And then Eleanor and Roger are WTF.
Yeah. And do you want to tell them who Eleanor and Roger are?
Eleanor and Roger are the community members. They're the church goers. Roger wears the bow tie. Eleanor's his wife. And they're very, very focused on making sure that they're in control. They're the book burners. They're very loud and outspoken. And they're very fearful. They are very God-fearing people.
Yes.
And I told my sister and brother-in-law and Todd that they remind me of the people on Parks and Rec that are always trying to. I do. But that's not Roger. That's Uncle.
Well,
Does
that's
I
true.
do?
Yeah, Roger.
Roger's worse. But so I think that's it for my WTF.
I want to play a part from the movie. I'm just going to bounce around with some montages here.
Okay, let's do it.
Ren, just remember he's chicken shit. Just hang in there. You're going to be great.
Just hope the God he pulls out.
Yeah, because then I want to split his face open.
Oh, cool it,
Don't forget to
Carson.
Give him hell, Ren.
I like the part where he teaches him how to use the tractor. That's kind of funny.
Why are all the kids who've been there forever with Ren? He's been there like a week.
Ren has got he's starting to get cool. He's just not as cool as Chuck.
Maybe it's just because Willard likes him. So everyone's like, well, if
I
Willard
like it
likes
when
him.
they teach him how to use the tractor.
Hell, Ren, just remember, stay calm.
Calm.
Oh, no, my noise has just stopped working. So that's good. All right, good.
Is that good or not good?
It's not good.
Oh.
All right. So next category, I think.
Can I do my 5 favorite Kevin Bacon character roles?
Sure, babe.
And I'll be kind of quick. You don't have to look up clips or anything unless you really want to.
Right.
Where are they? Where did I put it? There it is. Ready?
Yep.
You gotta do the intro, which is my top 5.
Oh, this one.
Mm-hmm.
The countdown continues on our way to number 1.
All right, top 5 character roles that Kevin Bacon took on, because this is the thing that I want to give him credit for. He was such a teen heartthrob in this movie, and he really was trying to figure out his career. I think he did Murder in the First, several years after this, and it was a really deep, dark role, and he was, supposed to get an Academy Award nomination, all that kind of stuff, and it didn't happen. And then he just started taking great, fun character roles third billing or fourth on the call sheet or however they say. So number 5, I'm going to say, I don't know. Do you have any drums for me? Or is that too many things going on? No.
I got drums. Where's my drums?
You got drums? I got drums.
Drum roll.
Okay. Number 5 is Wild Things.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is Sleepers.
Okay.
Which Sleepers was such a risky role because he plays a child. He plays a sexual assaulter of children.
Yeah, a little tough.
Yeah. Man. Great movie though. I don't know if we'll do it on Zen Pop, but Todd and I both, that was a bonding moment. We're you like Sleepers too?
Yes.
Number 3 is Pitch Perfect, which is a Jennifer Aniston movie, Jay Moore. It's not a great movie, but it was a comfort movie for me in the 90s. I used to watch it a lot. Number 2, A Few Good Men. We already talked about A Few Good Men. He is 4th, 5th on the call sheet for that. Amazing. And then number 1, Todd, our movie that we watched all the time at my apartment.
Apollo 13?
Apollo 13.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's not even Kevin Bacon, meaning he's so chill and he doesn't need to steal the spotlight, except he's so important in the movie. And so I just want to give him some props.
Yeah. Nice job, sweetie.
There we go.
Men at work. Where do they work?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hey! I came with that girl.
Doesn't look like you're leaving with her.
Do we want to do a few quotes?
I just want to play one more long quote.
Keep thinking like that, Ren, you are going to get creamed.
Oh, over here doesn't know a dance from a dipstick.
And you do. You do, huh? Which way is your left? Huh? Willard, which way is your left? He don't know his left foot from his right foot.
I'll tell you something, man. If I got to get up in front of that council, then you are going to learn how to dance.
There we go. Now it's on.
Best part of the movie.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
The Willard learning how to dance?
100%.
More than the beginning with the shoes and more at the end with the dance?
I mean, there's many good scenes, but that's the best scene.
I'm going to have you rank these best scenes. How many stars? 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. 4 is being the best.
4 is the most. And do I have to one gets
no,
one?
No.
Right.
Angry Dance in the Warehouse.
3, because it kind of makes me laugh.
Ren teaching Willard how to find the beat.
4.
The Tractor Chicken Race.
3.
The opening credits. Ariel standing between the 2 moving trucks.
1. I hate it.
The final prom sequence.
4.
Let's hear it for the boy montage.
That's already the same thing as Willard learning how to dance.
His speech to the city council.
2.5.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
What did David do?
What did David do?
What did David do? Okay. Where did we leave off? I don't even know.
So I was going to say, how about I just say the things we say at home? Do you remember this category?
That's talk, right?
Yes. You know what?
What, babe?
I think we've already said them all because one is Men at Work Where They Work. Oh, no. And the other one is Jump Back.
Jump Back. We haven't talked about Jump Back yet.
Yeah, I like that one.
Back.
That's something we say at home. And then What
did David do? What did David do?
What did David do? We don't say it as much anymore, but there were times that we did. Up on the roof. Oh, yeah. 100 proof. Oh, yeah. Oh, ain't that fine? Oh, yeah.
That chair is slime.
Oh, yeah.
Jump back. Jump back.
I think that should be in the weekly.
Yes, I think you should keep that. Cut that so we can use that in everything when you're surprised.
Jump back.
Okay. All right. Hidden gems?
Yeah.
Play Shimmer. All right. What do you got?
My hidden gem is Diane Wiest.
Okay.
Because different kind of thing. It's not like a lot of times this is like an Easter egg or something like that. But I love her and I love everything she's in. I'm not a huge Woody Allen fan at all for obvious reasons. But even before knowing all the things we know about Woody Allen, she was in all of his movies and ended up getting 2 Academy Awards, one for Hannah and Her Sisters in 1987 and one for Bullets Over Broadway in 1995. She's a wonderful actress. She's someone you like. You just like her.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? She kind of reminds me, Jean Smart's coming into my head. She's one of those, Catherine O'Hara, like one of those people that you just like watching.
Right.
But I just have such fond memories of her because of this movie. And by the way, she's beautiful in this movie.
Sure.
Do you remember, as a kid, do you remember thinking that the mom is beautiful?
No.
But now in hindsight, it's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And then, of course, Parenthood, which is one of Todd and my favorite movies.
Love it.
And she is, Steve Martin's sister, Gary's mom. And
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary. There's so many things that we say that are from that movie, and most of them are Diane Wiest quotes because she's so funny. She's also won 2 Emmys for Road to Avonlea, I think it's called. I've never seen it. And then for In Treatment, which was a really interesting show that was on HBO for a while. She's had multiple Golden Globe, Tony nominations. She's just one of those people.
Yeah.
So she is, for me, she's one of those serious actor. Everybody loves voting for her.
Oh, sorry, babe.
People, I'll call them.
Sorry. I'm going to surprise you with a category.
Oh, good. So anyway, that's my Diane Wiest hidden gem.
Question.
Yes.
Which scene is when I saw the scene, I'll play this song.
Okay.
Oh, where is it? What's going on in the movie right now?
I think this is when all of them are just standing around not dancing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of this scene. In a different movie.
Crush this ice for me,
Hey guys, we got dates.
Who? Judy's gonna invite the Omega Moon.
To have dates with.
I don't think the pies are gonna show. They stood us up, huh? Yeah.
So you say you wanna be.
Maybe we should watch TV.
Hey guys. Wonder Joints.
Wonder Joints.
I just put those two memories together in the same.
Well, and it's nice. It's a little bit of an ode to Robert Carradine, who died
Yes,
last week.
rest in peace.
That was very sad to hear about.
Apparently
and
he died by suicide. So sad.
Very sad. And but yeah, they're very similar. They are at the same font, as the kids would say. Very similar.
Yes.
But it's funny because in any situation, obviously in Revenge of the Nerds, they needed the girls to get there. First, they needed Judy to play her accordion. That was
Yes.
really important.
Right.
And then they needed some pot, some good old fashioned weed. But then in Footloose, they just needed Ren to start. Someone just needs to start dancing.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So once he and Ariel get down there, everybody starts dancing.
Mhm.
They just don't know what to do
No, they don't.
initially. Then, whoa, do they know what to do?
Yes.
All of a sudden, everyone can dance.
It's on.
Okay, so do you want to do Rolling in the Deep?
Yeah, let's roll in the deep
Okay.
a little bit. Rolling in the deep. Where are you? Rolling in the deep. One of these days, I'll get my soundboard.
If I could sing like Adele, I would just sing it for you.
Rolling in
Okay,
the deep.
I'll be kind of go through this somewhat quickly, but I think it's really interesting to kind of look at this movie through different lenses, and that's why I talked about at the beginning about how teen movies were coming into they were becoming more normal. And you know what I didn't even talk about, which
What?
was not on the list, but I'm just remembering it. In 5th grade, do you remember the Blue Lagoon?
Yes, loved it.
You keep playing little clips in my
I know, babe,
ears.
so-
But that was kind of like a teen movie too,
For sure.
like they were around. They just didn't really take hold until 84, 85. So this movie is really grief disguised as morality, which we've kind of already discussed, but it's someone, the teenagers die in the, car crash, and then the town doesn't deal with it. They just like shut it down.
Yeah, they sweep it under the carpet. I have a real world example of that.
Yeah.
University of Texas, back in like 1970, they had that shooter from the.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And the university like cleaned it up the next day.
We're not going to talk
Did
about
not
it.
do anything to process it, which is such a bypassing of the natural human experience.
Yeah.
Similarly, as long as we're rolling in the deep, the Holocaust.
Right.
The Germans, as we know from Brian Stevenson. Is that his
Yeah,
name?
Brian Stevenson.
They continue to put up certain statues, things like that, to remind them
Yeah,
all.
I was going to say they did the opposite. They actually did confront
They
the
did.
grief
They did the
and
opposite
and the
of
horror.
it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
those are two real world examples where.
Yeah, our country does not do a good job talking about our history. So much so that we have, an administration right now who would rather just say certain things didn't happen or they didn't exist. Or if it's not full denial that they didn't exist, they say move on and let's not teach it anymore.
Correct.
Which makes no sense and it doesn't keep it from happening. I mean, Footloose is your like most pop culture example of that's not really how we get healthy.
Right.
We get healthy, again, the micro becomes the macro, in your own life, the way that you deal with your own fear, anxiety, pain, everything is you talk about it. And it can be with friends. It can be, with your partner. It can be in a therapeutic environment. You say it out loud and then you get it out of your head and you work it through your body and you cry and you do all that. That's how you heal. Pretending something doesn't happen, repressing it, oppressing it, all those things, it doesn't work.
Right.
And I don't know why people struggle with this so much, meaning I'm not saying it's easy to talk about things. There's shame that's in the way. There's, history of trauma. I get that part, but the constant like fighting over that, pretending things didn't happen is the best way to go.
Yeah.
It's not. So, again, as I already pointed out or said, I believe that this show is a little more about Ariel and her father. And you said it's a lot more about, the Reverend.
Yeah.
It's about Shaw. The dance ban really becomes a symbol for Ariel wanting independence. Reverend wants safety, and they don't know how to talk about grief.
Yeah.
So she rebels, he controls, and there's no discussion. They literally don't talk. Like she tries, there's a few scenes where she tries to bring things up to him and he's like, I'm busy, go to bed, and then there's always this like, mom is always between it. Like one of the scenes that I really question, and it kind of could fall under a hot take, but I'll just say it here, is at the end, right before the prom, mom gives Ariel a corsage.
Right.
And Ariel says, you shouldn't have. And she's like, I didn't, meaning it's from your dad. And I looked at Todd, we kind of all, I was with my sister and her brother-in-law and my brother-in-law too. And we were like, do you think he really bought it? Or do you think that mom got it and then said, this is from your dad?
And what's the big deal about him? Like, why doesn't he just own it? Like, yeah, I bought it for you. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but maybe I don't understand the movie.
It's again of the time, like you said, I'll go back to that, thing about the shooter at that school from the clock tower. That was, people didn't know how to talk about grief then. We didn't even use that word very much. We didn't talk about trauma. But now we have this information. We have the research. It's been validated and validated and validated. Like we know what we're supposed to do when we're struggling. And that doesn't mean it's easy, but it's like the only way out is through. Yeah. Like you don't get to just push it down. So Ren is just kind of a translator for Ariel's struggle. Sure. Really, he just shows up and, so it's a father-daughter story first, and then it's a rebellion.
What do you think happens when you tell a bunch of kids who want to dance and celebrate life that they can't? It's going to come out, it's going to leak out sideways, don't you think?
It is. And I really appreciated, because we were kind of dissing the second movie, the one from 2011, the remake, is when the Ren from the second movie goes to the city council, he actually says, we know that when we get to be your age, we do have to worry. We're going to be
Right.
parents. We're going to have struggles with worrying about our kids, and we're going to have to be super responsible. He's like, but at our age, this is when we're supposed to be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't use that word. What does he say? He's like, we're supposed to be a little more like free
Right.
and willing. So that's a good point. Like which is another thing to think about when your kids are teenagers, is it doesn't mean be permissive and let them go do whatever they want. You want structure and boundaries, but you also need to let them be kids.
Right.
Like they're going to dance and play loud music and, make and try things and make poor choices. And you are not there to say, how dare you? You're there to say, how can I support you now that this is happening?
Right.
How can I help you get through this? So anyway, there's this illusion in the town that rules prevent tragedy. And while rules can be helpful in setting boundaries and structure, like I said, like there's nothing inherently wrong with rules, it doesn't always work that way. Life
Right.
is more messy than that. And instead of dealing with that messiness, they blamed music. They blamed teenagers. They blamed dancing. So and don't we do that in this country?
Sure.
We blame, their struggles. And instead of looking up and looking at the 1% of this culture that, takes all of our money and tells us what to do and keeps us from having health care and all that, we look at people who are poor. We look at immigrants. We look at women. We look at people of color and say they're the problem. And that's not really the case. And even if this didn't even connect, I'm still glad I get to say those things because we need to remember. And so to the community, randomness is more terrifying than rule breaking.
Sure.
They feel like there has to be a reason. Like we are so afraid of randomness. Like, I think this is really connected to JFK. And again, I never read the files, so I don't know what the JFK files said. But what was so interesting to me about it in the big picture is that JFK was shot. Let's just go with the thing that he was actually shot by, what's his name?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. I was going to say John Hinckley Jr., but that was Reagan. Lee Harvey Oswald shot him, and that's what changed the trajectory of history. That is so random that people can't tolerate it. They're like, there has to be more to it. It has to be CIA. It has to be mob. It has to be a plan. It has to, and maybe that is the case, but a lot of times things are just random.
Yeah.
And that's really scary for people.
Right.
And I understand, like, how can our life trajectory, there's got to be someone to blame. That's why our culture is so conspiracy oriented.
Sure.
Because we think that there's no way a virus just escaped from a lab. It was a conspiracy to harm, and it was a plan all along. And it was, like, that's how we think.
Yeah.
And while it's messy enough to say maybe there's I don't know what's true or not, we're much more comfortable with the explanation than the randomness.
As long as we're rolling in the deep, this
Yeah.
is just kind of a deeper part of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And you talked about it a little bit, but I just want to, Shaw had such an opportunity here and he totally blew it.
Daddy? I don't know what came over me.
I can't always be with you, Ariel. I can't always look out for you.
Probably not what you wanted to hear in that
No.
moment.
What's the music?
Oh, it's, I think it's Haydn chamber pieces.
Oh, I love Haydn.
And that kind of music's okay?
No, it's uplifting.
To you.
It doesn't confuse people's minds and bodies.
My body's so confused.
It's so confused by the music.
I don't... I see.
He had such an opportunity there.
Well, and let's be real about what he's feeling. I'm going to go into the parent role. He's resentful of her. Why is he resentful? Because he loves her so much that if she gets hurt, he's miserable.
Yes.
And that's what happened to Bobby. And so he's And again, you guys have to think about this big picture. I'm not saying he's like literally in that moment, I resent you. It's the undercurrent as parents.
Yeah.
Anybody who's had a child who's gone through something, or you have a child who has significant needs or whatever, there is this like, if it's all encompassing and you're so overwhelmed by the emotion of loving this person and taking care of them, sometimes there's a feeling of resentment. And it's not fair and you're not going to act on it, but it's okay to talk about it with people you trust. And he resents because he's saying to her, I can't watch out for you. I can't take care of you all the time. She doesn't want that, but he thinks that's his job. He thinks that his job is to watch out for her all the time.
I think this is a clip from another movie where a father resented a son.
Okay.
I've never really gotten the hang of this whole fork.
Oh, that's not it. I was trying to find.
Never really gotten the hang of this.
Trying to find. Oh boy, no, I can't.
What movie is that?
That's Parenthood, the TV series. I was trying to find that part where Jason Robards is talking to Steve Martin.
Oh, in the movie?
In the
that's
movie,
TV. Yeah.
I know. In the movie, and he said, "I always resented you for that because you made me worry."
He thought he had polio.
Thought he had polio. So I thought that was really kind of
And that's honest. Like Jason Robards' character in the movie Parenthood is really harsh and not great and sounds like he's an alcoholic and all those kind of things. But that's an honest thing is I loved you and we thought you had polio and I was so angry at you that you were going to then change my life.
Sure.
That is, again, it's not acting on that behavior. It's admitting to that feeling and then you work through it. And then it releases that tension.
Yeah. If you don't talk about it, it just goes somewhere.
And you try and call it something else.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is. Let's see if there's anything else I have. Again, Reverend Moore believes being a father means protecting, controlling, and preventing danger, which, you can't really do. What Ariel needs is having trust, flexibility, understanding. Like, again, such a parenting thing. Okay, interesting. I love this. So this movie is really about scripture being used two ways, okay? So the first way that scripture is used is Reverend Moore using it to set rules, set limits, enforce order, protect the community. But then Ren uses it at the community meeting to open possibility, argue for joy, and validate human expression.
That's right.
And so it's two interpretations of like the same moral language, and that's what we do again in this country is we take the Bible and we pull it apart and use it in the ways that serve our interests instead of recognizing the big picture of it's really love your neighbor and love yourself and love each other.
Right.
That's really the bottom line. Have compassion. And what we do is we pull apart words and scriptures and we try and use it to hurt people.
I think I don't know if this is a top 5.
The countdown continues on our way to number 1.
But I thought of the town hall meeting that Ren has, and I thought of other can you think of any other famous town hall meetings?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, Amy Madigan.
Amy
is that her
Madigan.
name?
And she just won an actor award. They don't call it Screen Actor Guild anymore. They call it an actor award last night.
And I was going to play that, but I thought of another town hall part that is even better.
Can you give me
It's from a TV show.
Town hall. Parks and Rec.
Rocks in there. Why don't we just set fire in our neighborhood? I mean, where are my kids supposed to play? The rock quarry? There's rocks in there.
Why don't we just set fire to the fence, set it ablaze?
That's arson.
Well, let's leave that up to the lawyers. The point is it would work.
Why don't we build a fence around their fence?
Their fence.
Why?
It would give us 2 fences. So if they needed to get to their fence for maintenance and whatnot, their pants might get caught.
Let the filibustering begin. I would now like to share some ideas I have for J.J. Abrams' 7th chapter in the Star.
I do not want to play that Patton Oswalt thing, but it is also hilarious. But yeah, all the town hall meetings in Parks and Rec is comedy gold.
I know.
just love it so much.
Well, and again, bringing it back to Footloose, all of these connections is the two people in Parks and Rec who always show up and don't like things that are happening in the community, like sex education for the elderly and stuff. They remind me of Eleanor and Roger.
That's right.
So I think I'm done with Rolling in the Deep.
I only have music game left. What do you have?
I want to do a quick 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
May the bridges I burn light the way.
Go ahead.
And this is what I'll say about it. 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon started in January 1994 with 3 students from a college in Pennsylvania, and they give their names, but it doesn't matter. They were snowed in. They watched Footloose, and it was followed by a trailer for the movie The Air Up There.
Yeah.
And it led them to joke that Kevin Bacon was the center of the entertainment universe, and they started playing this game. This game became viral. We talk about it all the time. For those of you who don't know how it's played, basically you say an actor.
Okay.
And you connect it somehow back to Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Okay. So you throw it out first.
Oh boy. I have to start with some, all right. Ione Skye.
Okay. Ione Skye, I'll say John Cusack.
Okay.
Say anything.
So now is it my turn?
Uh-huh.
John Cusack was in 8 Men Out with that guy from
Give me another John Cusack movie.
Another John Cusack movie.
Because I know that movie, but
Okay. Then I will say where he's a record store owner with
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
I will say let's see, I'll say Jack Black in High Fidelity, and then I will say he is also in The Holiday.
Okay. I'll say Kate Winslet is in The Holiday and is also in Titanic.
And I will say Leonardo DiCaprio is also in Titanic, and he was also in which one do I choose? Something that you know well. I'll just say One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another has Sean Penn in it. And Sean Penn is in Mystic River?
Okay. So we'll keep going. So Mystic River, I will say Tim Robbins. And Tim Robbins is also in Shawshank Redemption.
Morgan Freeman is in Bruce Almighty? I don't even know if he's in that.
He's in Shawshank, and then he's in Bruce Almighty. And then I'll say Jennifer Aniston is in Bruce Almighty.
And am I supposed to come up with a different actor from Bruce Almighty?
No, how does that... What movie is Jennifer Aniston in that?
Oh, that one that you always watch.
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect?
Correct.
Very good. I think that was more than 6 degrees.
It was.
I think that
We
was more
took
like
it a little
10
too
degrees.
far. We kept going
Because I
because
was
there
going to
was
say
some...
Meryl Streep, but he's in a movie with Meryl Streep.
Correct. The River Wild.
Yeah, so that's no
So
good.
you would have connected... Where would you have connected Meryl Streep in back?
I wouldn't have. If I would have started with Meryl Streep, I'd be like, oh, Kevin Bacon's in River Wild.
Right. You
know
can
what I
make
mean?
it too easy. So we just took it a little further than your average.
That was more like the 12 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
We just wanted to show how it was played.
Yes.
Okay. So that's that. And I guess
I'm sure we could, so if there's anybody out there that's like, oh, Todd, Kathy, you suck at this, do it in less steps than we just did. Ione Skye. Then there's probably you can probably do it in 2 steps.
You probably could.
Right?
And maybe we were just kind of stretching it out. I'm sure there's
there's a million
yeah,
ways to get to
there's a
Kevin
million
Bacon
ways.
before the 10 or 12 steps we had.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for music game?
Sure. One thing I'm going to say really quick, though, if you like Zen Pop and you want to know how to support us, we have Team Zen, which is our version of Patreon. I also run a women's group there, and you get access to Todd and I. So if you ever have questions, whatever, about parenting or life, follow my Substack, KathyKasaniAdams.com at Substack. I write there every week. Buy my books, Zen Parenting, Restoring Our Girls. Check out Men Living, which is Todd's organization that he co-founded, and he's the executive director. And then follow us on socials. That's it.
Makes me go
all night long. All right. Mine is really easy.
Okay.
And I'm probably not going to win.
Okay. You've been saying that 3 weeks in a row. Where's your competitive spirit?
I just think that this is too easy.
Okay.
small town.
And I feel like I don't have to explain that one.
No, you do not. But it has to be Shaw or Ariel's song. It's definitely not Ren's song because he's from Chicago.
It doesn't have to be a Ren song. It's the movie. Sweetie.
Okay. I chose a movie, or I chose a song that was popular the same year this came out. And I think while it doesn't necessarily fit that, like the genre of John Cougar Mellencamp fits how that movie feels a little more, but I think the words to this song fit the actual relationship in the movie. And it's Take on Me.
Oh, all right. You want to say more about that?
Well, I just think the words are about like showing up for each other in a different way and like seeing each other and understanding each other. Take on Me has become so generic as far as an 80s song, but you have to know when we were young and this song came out, this was a really important song.
I love this song.
Yeah. Now
And
it's
even
become
better
overplayed.
acoustically.
I know. Great video too.
I'm actually going to play the acoustic one to close the show
Sure,
out because
that
I
sounds
like
great.
that one better.
In that video, Todd and I, not this month because we're doing dance, but next month, we are going to talk about really great music videos, and Take on Me is a good example of a great video. I don't know if we'll cover it, but it's in that world.
Yeah. What's next week?
Do you want to do Dirty Dancing? Or Flashdance?
I think we should save another really popular one for the end. I feel like Billy Elliot should be in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. So let's do next week. Let's do Flashdance.
Flashdance, Billy Elliot.
And then end with Dirty Dancing.
All right, Flashdance next week. Keep trucking, everybody.
Day or two.